Good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Caitlin McGrath with a special update as winter weather continues to overspread the area right now. Just about everyone is seeing steady snow, but we're watching this rain snow line creep farther to the north and west. That will be our concern as we head throughout the next several hours. But the snow that's falling right now is coming down at a really good clip. It is piling on quickly because many temperatures are still well below freezing, teens and 20s, until this nose of warm air is going to nudge farther to the north and west as we head throughout the evening, and that's when we'll start to incorporate some rain and possibly some freezing rain. We are getting reports of freezing rain down towards parts of Richmond, so we'll watch that threat as we head throughout the next several hours. But right now, the snow coming down from Dale City to Quantico, Stafford, piling on again very quickly. This is a really light, fluffy snow that will continue to accumulate as we head throughout the next couple of hours over towards Waldorf and La Plata, down towards Fredericksburg. Really steady snow. Now closer to D.C., the snowfall rates picking up as well. Took a little bit longer because this snow is coming from the south, but right now steady snow across Metro D.C. back towards Rockville and Laurel, coming down at a really good clip in Bowie as well. Slightly lighter snow back towards Frederick and Leesburg, over towards Charlestown and Martinsburg, but it is still falling and it is still accumulating. You'll see this steadier, heavier snow as we head throughout the next hour or so. But I do want to take you back down to where we're getting reports of that icing down into Richmond and Ladysmith right now. Looks like it is starting to mix with possibly some sleet or freezing rain. Ashland also potentially seeing an icy mix as well over towards Tappahannock and Newland, and our temperatures right there are right at the freezing mark. So it will take a little bit longer for temperatures to climb above freezing, but notice we are still in the 20s elsewhere, teens over to our north and west. This is right around 6 o'clock this evening, and that's when we'll start to watch that icy mix for D.C. and the surrounding counties. My hope is that that warm air nudges in much quicker and we just see a transition from snow to rain, but we will watch the potential for some minor ice accretion as we head throughout the evening hours. And even though I say minor, that doesn't mean it's not a big deal. We're talking about a couple tenths of inch of ice possible, but that can cause really treacherous road conditions. It clings to trees and power lines. My hope is that the rain, however, is heavy enough that it kind of bounces off. You have a better chance of seeing ice accretion when it's a much lighter rain, more of a drizzle. So hopefully we just see that switch over to rain. But notice areas off to our north and west front, Royal, Martinsburg, Romney, the snow still coming down and piling on. That's where we are expecting the higher snowfall totals. But notice this is right around 9 o'clock tonight, that rain snow line all the way over to 81. It's really areas east of 81 that have the best chance of staying all snow as we head throughout the evening. This is right around 11 o'clock tonight. If you're checking back in with us after the game, I think we'll be tracking some light snow, but mostly rain showers as this storm system continues to pull away by tomorrow morning. Some lingering rain or snow showers possible really pre-dawn, but I think by the time a lot of folks wake up on Monday, the storm is out of here. Skies will be clearing and the wind still whipping throughout the day tomorrow. So here's how much snow we're talking about when all is said and done. Still around 1 to 3 inches for parts of Metro D.C. and off to the west. The farther east and south you go, the less snow you'll see, and you're already making that transition over towards rain. So a lot of the snow that falls for many folks will wash away. It will become really slushy, very icy as we head throughout the evening hours. Farther off to the west, that's where we're still expecting some more significant snowfall accumulation. 3 to 6 inches for Culpeper down into Orange, back towards Martinsburg, Winchester, Hagerstown. I think we could nudge this blue a little bit farther to the west because I think we mix in with some rain as we head throughout the later evening hours. But over towards the mountains, this is going to be a big snowfall event. So here's how much ice we're talking about. The greater ice concern is well to our south and west, but it is possible to see a period of some freezing rain, maybe a little bit of sleet. I think freezing rain would be the bigger concern. And again, it does not take much to cause some big time issues and really dangerous travel. So if you can, just stay home tonight and early tomorrow morning. We might see some flash freezing where temperatures drop below freezing early on Monday. I think it would be very limited, but something to keep in mind as we head towards tomorrow morning. Here we are around 10 o'clock tonight. The wind really starting to ramp up. It's already breezy, but it's later tonight when those winds start gusting 40 to 50 miles per hour, and strong wind will stick around throughout the day tomorrow. It will shift coming in from the west, so that will help mitigate some of the coastal flood threat, but something we'll be watching very carefully throughout the day tomorrow. Power outages, a big concern as we head throughout the evening. We want to send things now out to Evan Koslov. I've been seeing your posts on social media, and my gosh, it is really snowing there in North Bethesda.
Yeah, it's a bit of a, I'm going to say the cliche, I just have to. It's a winter wonderland out here. You know that at least once in this broadcast, somebody would have to say it. So here I am, I'm right by the Walter Johnson High School, and behind me here you might be able to see Democracy Boulevard, one of the more primary roads leading towards the mall right over there. And yeah, it's covered in snow. You've got cars that are coming through, but right now it's a bit of a messy way through here because of all this snow. And then if we sort of zoom out here, we'll show you it's even worse here on the back roads, where, you know, we're not talking about as much snow as we had a couple of weeks ago, but there is, if we look down here, maybe an inch or so, maybe about an inch already that's building up on these back roads. And this is a good place to gauge it because you haven't had any plows come through here. I did talk to the Department of Transportation for Montgomery County. They say they have some 350 of these plows that are out and about clearing the roads, but they're starting with those primary roads. They're starting with the heavily traveled roads, and then they're not even touching residential ones yet. So that's why the message to people is just like, don't come out yet. Don't come out yet. It's beautiful. Watch some football, look out the window. You know, we've got some people here that are playing in the snow over here. Tell me, guys, what do you think? What do you think of the snow?
Yeah, I'm making a snowman, but it's so hard to make the snowman.
It's kind of like a snow mound so far. Yeah. A snow mound. What do you describe it for people who are at home? What's it like out here?
I don't know.
He said he doesn't know. Well, it's great talking to you guys. Thank you. So again, another thing from the Department of Transportation, what they were saying is that they are concerned about how cold it is, and I can attest to that because I'm out here. Yeah, it's cold, and so they're worried about icy conditions that may form. So that's just yet another reason why they're saying stay off the roads if you can. Let's change angles here, just show you a little more. The other thing you might find if you're out here driving, the visibility is not great as the snow comes down. We did drive over towards like Great Falls in Maryland, and while it's a beautiful vista, going on some of those back roads is a little tenuous, and that's why the main message is probably just to stay home. But again, they did pre-treat the roads. They were dropping salt. They started that on Friday, and we just have to hope that that's going to be enough to deal with this snow that's coming down. A winter wonderland here in North Bethesda. I'll send it back to you guys in the station.
Yeah, Evan, it does look so nice, but we can see the road conditions. They're really treacherous, and we're seeing that really across the entire area because everyone right now is seeing that snow accumulate very quickly. We do want to continue our live team coverage with Nathan Baca. He joins us now from Winchester. Nathan, how are things looking where you are?
Well, I'll take Evans. That right there is a plow, a VDOT plow that just went right through on this live shot. We are in Winchester right now. This is I-81. Let's take a look at the conditions there. We have been seeing snow plows and salt trucks really constantly going up and down Interstate 81 here in Winchester, Clark County, Frederick County, Virginia. They have been trying to keep this road open, and they have succeeded so far. We haven't seen a lot of what we witnessed a little bit ago on I-95, what happened there. This is Route 7. You still see this is a bridge right here, and you've been seeing a lot of plows trying to just make certain that this road is clear. Another plow is coming right on over, but this one's just a regular truck plow. This is the struggle to keep this arterial road into Winchester and the rest of the Shenandoah Valley open. Route 7, 30 miles that way is Leesburg. Winchester, Old Town is right over here. So we've been seeing this struggle to keep this sort of road open because I'm not going to get onto Route 7 here, but you can just see this area. Of course, as they always say, bridges can be the most dangerous whenever you start getting snow like this because it can ice over quickly. And so a lot of these plows have just been working Route 7. We have been driving around Clark County, Frederick County, Virginia. The road conditions have been slowly getting worse. And then also we've been noticing sometimes the snow has been blowing sideways here. So the conditions are starting to get worse. We're going to continue to monitor the situation. Reporting live in Winchester, Nathan Baca, WUSA 9.
Thanks so much, Nathan. Yeah, bridges and overpasses going to be exceptionally dangerous as we head throughout the evening and overnight hours where the surface temperature just stays much colder even once the air temperature may be above freezing. We want to turn things now to Tom Dempsey. Tom, how do things look where you are?
Well, Caitlin, a short while ago you mentioned the wind with this storm, and every so often this snow will be blowing sideways. We're actually in Kingstown right now, standing off Kingstown Boulevard right near a big shopping center here, and the wind has really picked up and the snow really starting to accumulate. I kind of want to walk you around this area. We've been watching cars taking it really slowly along this road here, but you can see all the snow accumulation. No cars coming right now, so I'm going to step out here, but you can see all the snow that's starting to build up, and it's made things pretty tough to go up this hill. Got some traffic coming here now, but this snow really starting to build up not only along the roads, but also the sidewalks. You can see just how deep it can get here. The good news is when you try to kick it all away, you can just see that sidewalk right there. None of that is ice right there. So it's pretty.
Yeah, and you could see, Tom, so easily kicking that snow around. It is really light and fluffy right now because temperatures are so cold, still in the 20s where we are seeing that snow fall. But once we see a transition over to possibly some freezing rain and rain, it is going to become much heavier, a much more difficult cleanup, really slushy, sloppy conditions expected as we head throughout the evening and overnight. So we want to go back to our winds because, as Tom just told you, it's quite windy out there, and that will continue throughout the evening and overnight into tomorrow. This is right around 1 o'clock on Monday. We are still talking about those winds gusting 30 to 40 miles per hour. The good news is we'll see the wind shift from the northeast to the west. Most of the wind tomorrow will be coming from the west, and that will help with a coastal flood threat. Right now, we do have coastal flood warnings in effect for D.C. and the surrounding counties all the way down into southern Maryland, Cove Point, Colton's Point, up towards Deal and Cambridge, all under that coastal flood warning because of the onshore wind tonight and really early tomorrow morning. But once we see that wind shift, the flood threat will go down as well. If you live in an area that typically does see coastal flooding when the wind gets a little bit strong coming in from the coming in offshore, you can expect just that, some minor coastal flooding as we head throughout the evening and overnight. We do still have those winter storm warnings in effect for areas to the west of D.C. along the 81 corridor. That's what you see shaded there in white, but up to the east, everything's shaded in purple. That's where we have a winter weather advisory. So again, we still have hours of this winter storm, and it will turn from snow over to possibly some freezing rain, but for a lot of folks, just cold rain as we head through the overnight. So if you can, get outside, shovel your driveway and sidewalk before we see that switch over to rain, because it is just going to get slushy, very messy as we head throughout the evening and overnight hours. So if you can, just stay home, stay safe, stay off the roads until things get a little bit better throughout the morning tomorrow.